Hello, everyone, and welcome to the London episode of Resistance: Fall of Man. So, I thought this was going to be a pretty boring, bland episode. I wasn't going to find anything, but it turns out London was actually quite interesting to glitch on. Now, I didn't find any really useful things. I'll show you the things I did find. And then after that, I will do a kind of like a speedrunning tip for New Game Plus. So the first thing of interest here is you're gonna want to throw a backlash here. Sorry for the ums. I gotta think and play at the same time, and it's pretty late. And the backlash here helps take out all of those rollers, as well as the so bad right now. That guy, the auger, the steelhead. It helps take both of them out. In total, you're going to want 2 backlashes here. I used the carbine, but I should have been using the dragon. It's the fastest way to clear enemies out. You'll just clear everything out insanely fast. Hello, roller. So yeah, your first backlash is gonna be here, and then normally you continue the level, but the first glitch I found that's worth pointing out is right underneath this Beatles poster. This is the only wall that I could find in the first area, which is this side of that arch, where if you slam your face into it, you'll push through, glide along it to get here, and then you can push in. And now I'm on the other side of the wall. If you're moving full speed, you'll just move right through into this room here. But from here, you can actually walk along the outside of the level. I'm gonna try this. I wasn't very good at it. No, I caught. But you can land on the edge you saw me going for. You just have to make sure that you're over 50% on the outside of the level as opposed to the inside of the level, because if you clip through the wall at all, you get stuck and you have to go back out. It works. The first jump's not too bad. The second jump's more difficult because you don't have a lot of running space. Unfortunately, you can't go any further than 2 jumps around, because once you get to this spot, can you even see that? Once you get to, if you start here, you jump here, then you jump here. Once you get on this wall, there's a pillar completely obstructing your view. You could try to jump around it. I never attempted it, but I'm fairly confident you couldn't make it around that pillar, so I never bothered to try. It's actually kind of difficult to get the precise jumps necessary. So here's how you're going to do this with the dragon. You're probably going to see this a couple more times, so I'll only explain it this one time. Realistically, you don't want to stop there. This is just showing you how much faster the dragon clears the area. So, whereas that one wasn't important, this one coming up is going to be extremely important. Not for easy. On easy, you're going to be better off taking the route I'm going to show you. But on things like superhuman and maybe even hard, the trick I'm going to show you, if you choose to speedrun on that difficulty, will be immensely helpful. Before we get to that, I'm going to do exactly what I named this room after and be a massive cock tease. Or for the kids, the cocktail room. This room right here that we can see has about 5 different spots. Ooh, I triggered these enemies. That's fine. This is why we have lots of backlashes and don't care about grenades. Let me take out these enemies really quick, and then I'll get to it. Because they're gonna be a hassle, so I gotta take them out. Alright, that's them, and he's gonna be a dick. See, literally everything in London is a cock tease. Like, you expect it's gonna happen, and then nah, it gets put off for something else. Alright, so, in this room here, you can clip into this wall here, and you can actually get into it. I don't know how I'm alive, but yeah, you can do it there. You can clip a good chunk through the wall here, I think it is. If not there, then this one. There's one right here. There's one right here. And there's one right here. So there's like 5 spots in this room that are just utter trolls. It looks so tantalizingly close, and you can't get through it. So if you want to have some fun and try to break, this would be the room to break through. On that note, you actually can break through this corner right here. So for reference, that's, if this is the outside, it's the very back corner of this room. If you're doing a harder difficulty, you're going to want to clear out these enemies that I just did and then go for this. I wish I had known about this beforehand. You could push into this wall. You could clip both on that corner and this corner, but this one's more consistent. This is a pretty slow clip, unfortunately. I haven't figured out how to make it consistent yet. But what I like to do is a little bit of left-right on the analog to do this wedging. And similar to what you do in Cheshire, a little bit of back-front. A lot of jumping. Every time you wrap around the wall like that, you kind of, lose where you were. But then you can ram yourself back in. Sometimes you get lucky and you get through really quick. Sometimes it takes a while. So we're going to be here while I do this, because it will happen eventually, I promise you. I did get it to happen consistently enough that I know this is feasible. So, like I said, on easy, this isn't going to save you any time, simply because it's so unreliable to get into this clip, and you have to fight this entire room of enemies to get in here. But on those harder difficulties, this way that it is just so safe compared to the speedrun strats. You'll save yourself so much trouble. So now I'm inside. That was really convenient timing. What you want to do is aim here, in between the rooms. This pathway is real. You could very easily walk along, line yourself up with right to the right of where this wall ends, and just move forward. You'll be on this ledge. Now, walk on this ledge, use the bookshelves as guidance, move around this corner, continually using the bookshelves as guidance. I don't actually know if you could fall here, but when you pass this beam you see here, or when you get that little super jump there, then you've made it through to land that's safe to stand on. So at this point, you have a number of options to you, depending on how you want to approach this. The option I suggest you don't take is clipping back inbounds. That's kind of dumb. You did all this work for a reason. What I like to do is, this pillar's not real, so clip into it, or walk into it, and then jump up this mountain. This little geometry here. And your goal is to get up. So, unfortunately, I fell, which means this is difficult. I'm I am inside this mountain now, which means to anyone who's played this game, or even not, I just clipped through this wall, which it looks like I did a significant amount of time save, but in reality, it's so slow clipping through that wall that on easy, the other strat that I'm going to show you is more efficient. But anyway, when you're through this wall, what you want to do is you want to get slope momentum up like that, and you'll slope right up. You'll just come directly up. If you miss this and fall down there, it takes about 52 seconds to run around through that plane. There is a trigger in that plane that will cause enemies to spawn over here. So it will save you a minute to hop up here that way directly. And then you can come over here to the checkpoint. And now I'll show you the speed run way to do that level. But yeah, that's brand new clip. It's going to be super useful to anyone who wants to run this game on higher difficulties. I highly recommend it. So, speedrun, first off, this isn't the weapon wheel you'd have normally. This is from Quick Select. Your dragon is probably going to be where the auger is. So, or the arc charger. You also only have the arc charger on no out of bounds. So just keep that in mind for weapon wheel rotation. So your plan is going to be simply continually run and gun. The backlash is simply here to absorb damage, so you don't. What you want to do is hop on this chair to hop right over that wall. I used to throw a backlash in this room, but you actually don't need to. You could simply run through that room with your dragon and gun everything here. This is another backlash to absorb ammo, or absorb damage. You could go through that room, or you can go around on the banister. The banister is just a little faster. And then a hard fang comes out to come out of that room, and you have the splitter and a checkpoint. So if you're low on health, just commit suicide there. This next part's going to kill you. You want to crouch here to clip in between that slot. Then you can walk along this, and you can hop over the snow, land here, and you see we're exactly back where we were if we did the clip. And that gets us straight here to this checkpoint. So that's the first part of London. It's gonna be really risky when you first start learning it. But as you get more comfortable with it, you see I made it through with 2 health fine. You'll probably get through with 1 health. That's gonna be more normal. But you'll get used to it. It's honestly not too bad on easy. So you picked up the splitter, which sucks. You're gonna want to rotate. Splitter's gonna be the last weapon in the weapon wheel, just like it is here. You're going to want to rotate back to the dragon, or if you have some other personal preference, but nothing beats dragon. Kill that guy, kill the arc charger, and then, oh, I didn't kill that guy. So, this texture right here of furniture, oh, hi, deeper rollers, apparently doesn't have a wall above it. Where, like, this one does, this one doesn't. You can just hop right over it, and that's that. Have fun. If your health is an issue, throw a backlash at the top of those stairs. You'll probably have an extra one. Just know that by doing that, you won't have a backlash for later, which could be a little risky depending on what you're doing. So do keep that in mind for routing purposes. The second level of London is kind of like an auto-scroller. You do actually have to do things. But there is no glitches, no skips, nothing that I could find or was willing to find. Fastest way to do this, thankfully on the normal game, when you use Dragon, the next weapon is always going to be Lark, just like it is here. So what you want to do is fire a Lark missile, use its secondary fire, and that Stalker goes goodbye. Just get rid of that missile, it doesn't have enough damage to matter. A Titan comes over this wall, and immediately kill it with the Lark. After that, it's kind of just a waiting game. There is no Lark ammo around here. Don't bother looking for it. You won't find it. If you do need something, I guess you could find it. The weapon you're going to want to have is Dragon, cycled back in, so you might as well pick it up. This tank is proximity based. It won't drop if you're too close to it. So the rest of this is just push through. You can completely ignore this Widowmaker. On higher difficulties, you'll want to kill him, but on easy, just kill these stalkers. Make sure you're using machine gun and turret at the same time. I have a habit of only using turret. They take 3 shots if you only use turret. They take anywhere from 2 to 1 if you're doing really well. If you have the machine gun going the whole time. After you kill those 3 and then those next 2, you could pretty much just chill. You don't have anything to worry about. Because you gotta wait for this stalker over here to finally come out from behind that wall. And then even after he finally comes out, you gotta wait again because there's another stalker behind that wall who has to come out. And by this point, our friend the Widowmaker that we skipped is back, but you still don't care. Unless you have nothing better to do, you could just move on. You can't fire through the gates, but you can fire above them. So you want to take out that steelhead if your tank's getting risky. Steelheads do quite a bit of damage. A thing of note, you kill those two stalkers, and then there's another stalker behind us and a Widowmaker. Both of them, ignore them, they're negligible. This Titan takes 4 tank shots, I think, on easy. You want to make sure that you get the steelheads as well. But if you don't worry. Get out as soon as you see the Titan explode. Get out of the tank. You have this. You have the dragon. Run up to the first floor. Run in here. Run out. There's an enemy in there who that usually triggers to come after you. Dragging your way up. Run around through these floors. There's about 1 in here. Usually, not always. It's 1 in there and then about 4 in here. Yeah. And then when you round this corner, depending on how fast you go, the last guy should be coming up. It looks like I failed to get the trigger on him, so we're gonna have to go get him, which is unfortunately slow, but that's the way it works. So yeah, that's London. That's literally a tutorial of how London works. So the word of note that I was gonna say earlier is the tank. I might have explained this in Grimsby. I might not have. I wasn't really doing its speed run back then. The tank is very finicky and will run over stalker parts and other terrain. And I've not seen the tank do anything more extreme than, like, really fast. Like, I cannot explain it other than what you just saw. But it can destroy your momentum instantaneously. I assume the tank can actually do a vertical, and it's probably possible with the right combination to almost flip the tank. But usually it's just a time loss, things go flying. The game it's based off how the game does object collision. Just a word of warning, try not to run over parts, especially sheet metal and stalker parts, which are the two main things that you'll run over in the 2 times you use the tank. But anyway, that's London. There were other things that I got so caught up on I didn't show you, but I'll record those in a addendum. Alright, thanks everyone. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.